Okay, I want to do a very quick look at the Duralast Gold CV shaft assembly. This is for a 2012 Mazda 3. The 8 digit is F. So that's where that came from, or this particular model came from, and that is the model number on it, 10460N, as you can see. And this is actually made in China, just like all the others you see on online, basically. Now, the reason I decided to get this one locally is because, for example, Rock Auto has a bunch of them. You know, this, like I said before, or I have mentioned that this car is like a unicorn, where they have like different versions of them, so you have to get the correct part. And I believe this is the correct part for this car. This is the driver's side. And the reason I wanted to do a video on this one is because this car, I haven't really seen this specific gear as far as what shaft they use, and because the ones online are basically made either in China or Mexico as well. If I have any issues, I want to make sure I go to the local store without having to wait for one of these. Yes, you can get it for less online, but again, you gotta ship it and you gotta do all that good stuff. They had it in stock locally, so that's where I got it. The other reason is because at the dealer, this was just way too much. Not only that, it wasn't new. At the dealership, it was remanufactured, and they just wanted way too much for an OEM. I wouldn't mind getting the OEM, but they got to work on their pricing to make it more reasonable. So that's why I'm gonna try this one, and I want to go over a couple of things. Obviously, first is this hammer. Basically, I got this one when I wanted to take the shafts out of the Volkswagen. This one didn't work because there's just no space in that Volkswagen to get the tool in there. Even though it was supposed to be the right size, I was never able to use it in there, and that drive shaft was really stuck. Now, this is about 48, 49 millimeters, give or take a millimeter. And looking at it here, it actually works on this one. So if there's any space on this one, if I have any problems, I should be able to use it, as you can see. So I'm able to get under that. Okay, now I get stuck. Come on, buddy. All right, there we go. So I gotta go under this cover here, and it does seem to fit. So this should be fine. Hopefully that won't be the case, and not have it stuck where I need that. Maybe I can just wiggle it out. Sometimes these are pretty hard to do. As you can see, that's the clip. Now this is supposed to be all new parts, and here is the logo on it. I'm not sure how well the camera is catching it, but here's a close-up of what this is. It does come with the nut, as you can see here, even though online it says otherwise. So let me see here, let me flip it. So this is what the other side looks like. I do have the light on the camera as well because I want to get as much detail as I can. The only thing is, it's kind of hard to know how much grease there is in this thing. I guess there is grease, but this one, I mean, it's already set up, so it should be fine. When I move it, it doesn't make any noise. This one feels a little stiffer than the other one, but no noise. Just doesn't seem as greased as the other one. You can feel a little, well, you can hear it too. But so far, it looks fine. Clamps are good. The rubber, excuse me here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and 3 ridges on the inner side there. Now, let's see. I got some info online where it's telling me to measure the outer diameter for the opening here for this. I'm not sure if it was with the new clip. It says if it exceeds specification, repeat installation using the new clip. Now that is 31.2 millimeters. If I'm measuring the clip, which on this one I have 28.9, if I'm even on there, 29.3, so I'm way below that. Now for the shaft itself, we got about 28.7 depending on where you measure. So we'll take 28.7 millimeters on that end, and on the nut side we got 28.8.78 depending on again where you turn it or measure it. So that's what I've been doing. I decided to get it today so I can take a closer look at what you get. Again, the other ones online are also made in China, and I'm going to be testing this one out. This one's all new parts according to the specs online on their website. And of course I'm going to measure it with the old one and just compare it before I install it, but of course I got to do that first. But I wanted to take a little time just to kind of show you what you get, since there aren't a lot of videos showing you the parts. They just tell you where they get them. They don't tell you what you get as far as the components here. And for what vehicle. So this one's specific to this vehicle that I mentioned earlier. I hope that helps, and we'll see what happens after I start installing it. The reason I'm installing it or changing it is because the inner boot is torn on the original, which is, I believe it's an OEM, that one in there, and it's already making noise. So I want to get that fixed because I am changing the tie rod ends as well before I do the alignment, and this is the only other thing that came up, and I decided to just swap the whole thing because it's already making some noise. So I just want to make sure I do that and see if that takes care of this particular problem or noise on this side, because I would take care of everything else, as you guys have seen on my previous videos. And hopefully these are the only two things before I can get an alignment, and that will take care of all the suspension on this car. So no more noises, no more weird clickety clacking, and no more noise when you're turning. It's not a lot, but it's definitely there, and it's just a lot easier to just swap the whole thing, and hopefully it'll work as it's supposed to and not give me any problems. So that's it for now. Sorry, I'm getting a call right now.